good afternoon everybody. Welcome to the second of this week's videos. Today we're in Flight Simulator 2024. Where are we? We're in Europe. We're in the sovereign state of Luxembourg, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, and this is Luxembourg International Airport, Echo Lima Lima X-Ray. This is the latest payware scenery from developer ATELIC, that's ATELIC. And we're looking at version 1.0.2 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2024. Note there's also a version available for Flight Sim 2020. The download comes in at 1.4 gigs and it installs at just over 3 gigs, 3.09 gigs. It's available from both Orbix and the Contrail shop. Contrail seem to have the best price, there's only a couple of euros in it, but I'll give you the Contrail price at £12.39, which equals roughly €14.06 or $16.33 US. However, US and Euro prices are estimates taken from the UK pound, and I've included the tax or VAT at 20%, which of course could vary depending on your country of purchase. As usual, check the price before you buy. There may be a sale going on at some point. But those are the converted prices I give you with the tax included for the UK. Okay, so that's the scenery mentioned for you. Let's have a look at the features list. So features, there's an extensive features list here as often with these sort of things. So let's start with what's in the scenery. Okay, it says the only scenery fully aligned with the real world 2025 airport changes. That could be really useful if you're looking to fly as realistic as possible. We've got a handcrafted airport and landside area, animated airport tram with 2 stations and functional tram signals. Not sure I've seen that before. Dozens of custom buildings outside the airport, hotels, fuel station, office buildings, warehouses, etc. A fully modelled realistic terminal interior, highly accurate terrain with realistic runway slope, a detailed cargo lux and lux air hangars with their interiors, high quality PBR textures, custom ground textures with realistic wear, rubber marks and weathering, accurate taxiway and runway signage, modelled interiors of the 2 hangars in the general aviation area, enhanced night environment and realistic lighting, a full set of custom clutter and ground vehicles, surrounding key landmarks and buildings for authentic approaches, detailed control tower with interior, realistic runway approach lighting, custom jetways with realistic animations, custom roads and custom vegetation. So quite an extensive list there, and quite a lot that would appear to have been done here, and I'm anxious to check it out. Really impressed with the feature list. Looks like they've gone to town on this. Okay, so let's talk history now. Okay, history. Luxembourg Airport, Echo Lima Lima X-Ray, serves as a public use international airport owned and operated by the Société de l'Aéroport de Luxembourg SA, and I apologise for my pronunciation, and is the principal airport of the Duchy of Luxembourg and the sole international airport within the country. Formerly known as Luxembourg Findel Airport due to its location in the Findel area, it remains the only airport in Luxembourg equipped with a paved runway. The airport's approximately 3.7 miles or 6 kilometres east of the city of Luxembourg. In 2024, the airport accommodated over 5 million passengers and is recognised as a major cargo hub, ranking as the 5th busiest airport in Europe by cargo tonnage in 2010. Both Lux Air, the national flag carrier, and Cargo Lux maintain their headquarters on the airport premises. The airport was originally known as Sandweiler Airport and was opened in the 1930s as a small grass airfield. Neutral Luxembourg was invaded by Germany in May 1940, and on the 21st of May the Luftwaffe assigned Jägerschwader 53, a Messerschmitt 109 fighter unit, to the airport. Sandweiler Airport was then remained unused by the Luftwaffe until September 1944, when the Aufklärungsgruppe 123, a reconnaissance unit which flew the Henschel H-126 aircraft, was assigned to the airport. Aufklärungsgruppe 123 moved east into Germany after only a few days when the United States Army moved through Luxembourg and cleared the country of the occupying German forces. In March 1999, Luxair launched direct flights to Newark in New Jersey using the Boeing 767. However, the service was terminated after only 7 months of operations. In 2002, Tram rerouted its flight from Bucharest to New York through Luxembourg in an attempt to increase its passenger numbers. The airport has constructed a high security zone far away from most airport activities, in order to attract the business of transporting valuable goods such as art and jewels. According to Hiscox, there is a huge demand for precious cargo hub. In all cases, aircraft taxi away from the main airport facilities before loading. Built in 1975, Terminal A was the only terminal building of the airport for some 30 years until Terminal B opened in 2004. Terminal A was getting overcrowded, especially during the summer period, and only contained 4 shops, a post office and a restaurant. The terminal was demolished at the end of 2011 with a new job completed March 2012. This was to make way for a footbridge connecting the new Terminal B to a brand newly built Terminal A. Construction of the new Terminal A started in 2005 and the terminal was inaugurated in May 2008. Terminal B is unique in that it only has gates and no check-in counters or arrivals hall. The terminal was built for small planes with a maximum capacity of 50 people. It can handle up to 600,000 passengers a year, and the airport serves over 16 passenger airlines and some 5 major cargo operators. So there you are, folks. There's the potted history. Airport's been around since the days of the war and has undergone quite a lot of change and is recognised as a major cargo hub in Europe. So let's have a look at the runway situation here in Luxembourg. Okay, runways here at Luxembourg. The airport operates a single runway 2406, measuring 13,130 feet or 4,002 metres, and it's constructed from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 1,234 feet or 376 metres and sits within the GMT UTC plus 1 hour time zone. Now, Luxembourg does indeed observe Daylight Saving Time, or DST, and with the UK just recently moved back onto GMT from the summertime, Luxembourg Airport remains 1 hour ahead of the UK. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 24, and both ends of this runway, 24 and 06, feature high-intensity runway lighting, centerline lighting, pilot-activated lighting system and precision approach path indicators on the left side. You also have touchdown zone lighting, which is on runway 24, this end only, and you have a minimum eye height over threshold, or MEHT, of 65 feet at both ends of the runway. So as you can see, we're all pretty much as expected. You've got this lighting system. This is actually a sequenced approach lighting system, which actually isn't mentioned on the chart. It's pilot activated, and to be honest, I can't really understand why it would be pilot activated, because there's low visibility operations at this end. We'll go into that in a minute. However, you've got high intensity runway lighting. There's the center line. Here's the touchdown zone lighting for this end, and again PAP is on the left. So approach options of runway 24, this end, we have an instrument landing system certified to category 2 and 3 low visibility operations, and you have Y and Z approach options on this runway. You also have an RNP approach option and a VOR approach option too. So that was runway 24. Let's go check out the other end, runway 06. So here we are looking at the runway 06 approach option. And you can see we've got the high intensity lighting. As per the chart, no touchdown zone lighting at this end. Center line's there and the PAP is on the left side. The approach lighting is correct as per the chart. There's again, it's listed as pilot activated lighting system, but this time there's no flashing lights. So to be honest, all in all, the lighting system is pretty accurate as per the chart. It's all, I think, as it should be. One final note, the VOR station is right here, right at the very end of the runway 24 approach. Up landing approach options for runway 06, you have an ILS, instrument landing system, with Y and Z options, no low visibility category at this end. And again you have an RMP and a VOR approach option for this end of the runway too. So it all looks to be pretty much as it should be, which is what I would have expected from this developer. He's pretty good. So let's have a look at the Jetway operation here now. Okay folks, the Jetway test. So here we are with the Phoenix Airbus A320. We're on stand Alpha 6. I've spawned directly from the menu as usual, and you can see we're right on the mark here. Although there are no things listed, this stand is listed as a quote small stand unquote. So we're pretty much okay. Now let's test the Jetway and see if we can get it to access the aircraft correctly. Okay, so the Jetway's lowering. Let's see what the wheels do. They're in the wrong position at the moment. All very slowly. Very slowly. It's actually one of the slowest Jetways I've seen. But let's see what it does. Okay, that looks okay. The wheels have turned the correct direction. And they've moved again. Brilliant. So from the outside that looks to be a really good connection. The animation is slow, but then maybe it's been done that way so that the developer makes sure the Jetway connects in the right way and just exactly as it should. Let's get a bit closer. So looking from this side, that looks to be a really good connection. The bottom of the Jetway is accurately placed against the aircraft and not through it. When I first looked at the hood, I suspected it might have gone through, but we have a gap here on this side, so it looks like it hasn't. So let's check the other side. So once again, looking at the other side, we can see the Jetway is close up to the aircraft. It's not infringed the skin from what I can see there, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. And look at the Jetway head itself. I mean, it's nicely textured. It's very nice indeed. Let's go inside the hood and see what the connection is like up close. Okay, so here we are looking inside the Jetway. We can see the side of the Jetway hood, which is good. It's not invisible like it is in some sceneries. The door hasn't been infringed. There you can see a slight gap on the hood, which is excellent. Again, these days one of my little bugbears is you've got a closed door here. I really would like developers to try and find a way to have, when it exists in some other scenery, so it can be done, but have the door here or everything open when it's connected to an aircraft, so that when people use GSX and they want to show you people getting off the aircraft, those people aren't going through a solid door. So that's my big shout out to developers. If they can just do that, that would be a real help. And again, just a quick view from the other side. We can still see the Jetway hood as well, which is good. And you can see slight gaps here and there, but you know what, I'm not complaining. It's as close as you could get probably, and it all looks pretty good. So here's the view looking out from inside the aircraft. All looks perfectly acceptable to me, to be honest. And there's a look at the passenger side. As you can see, the aircraft has not been infringed by the skin, certainly in the passenger side. And again in the flight deck, no infringement of the Jetway at all, which is excellent. So here we are outside. Just a quick look at the Jetway from this side. As you can see, you've got this lovely effect on the glass where it looks as though it hasn't been washed for a while. Excellent. Right, so let's disconnect the Jetway and have a look at the animation. As you can see, in Flight Sim 2024, the hood goes back slowly rather than snapping back, which is what it does in 2020. So that's cleared the doorway quite nicely. The wheels are in the correct position. They're rotating the right way. As I said, I suspect the animation is really slow because he wants to get it correctly where it should be. and you know, it looks fine. It stays within the red safe area all the time, which is another good feature here. Yeah, it looks good. Overall, it looks really good. And there we are, Jetway's operation is completed. Okay, so that was the Jetway test for you. Stand number 6 there with the Phoenix A320. Let's get into the scenery proper now and have a look what we're presented with in this version of the sim for Flight Simulator 2024. Okay, welcome back. Right, so we're starting at the 06 end of the airport. I've come right off the airport for you to have a look at how this all works. Here you've obviously got default scenery, but you've also got bits and pieces that have been added by the developer. And looking down the roads here, it all really seamlessly integrates with the default terrain. It's been beautifully modelled in. So let's track northeast now. I'm just going to go slowly for you to have a look. I mean, this, to be honest, I've had a little look over this scenery, and it's one of the nicest ones I've seen in Flight Sim 2024, mainly because he's done everything. I mean, look at the road signs and the roads, all done in 3D. And now we get onto the field. You've got construction work at the southern end of the runway here. And it all looks pretty good. You can see evidence of terraforming and terrain work. And here you look at this end, you've got so much going on at this end of the runway. Again, all done in high, stunning detail. And the landside road there matches quite nicely with stuff that's been done off airport. Here's the main car park, and the quality of the buildings are just really nice. Just come out a little bit now. So here you've got GA parking area with various little small planes that you might expect to see. There you've got a big open hangar which is interior modelled. Here's the control tower. We'll have a look at this. It's supposed to be modelled inside. Let's get a look at it. So from the outside it looks as though it's sort of closed up. But let's get inside. Right, okay, so you've got a really nice, fully modelled control tower interior. The screens are there, you've got a couple of three controllers, lots of little detail, and you've got the shades on the outside here, which may well be why it looked the way it did from the outside. Let's go out again and have another look. So there, looking at the outside, I mean, it looks a bit weird. You can see the screens here. But this should be relatively clear. It's a little bit darker than it should be perhaps, but that's the only real criticism. So you've got various antennas there on the roof. I don't know if we've got the red light. It certainly doesn't look as though it's, so we'll have a look during the darkness hours. So continuing our airside tour here. I mean, there's a very extensive airport here, and the modelling is wonderful. Look at the detail everywhere. Here you've got stands, apron stands modelled there. Here we've got the main passenger area. And there's my Phoenix A320 down there. There you can see evidence of terrain forming and modelling. There's just so much detail to this project. I mean, I think it looks great. So here you've got open cargo stands for large aircraft. And here we've got basically some of the airside stands, more stands here. And as we go further on there you can see the trucks and things. This is the cargo centre proper. And the landside road. And again more buildings. So just a quick run across the 2-4 approach area. There you can see the stilts built above the road. You've got the road going underneath. I mean, that all looks pretty impressive. And here we're just going right out to the end of runway 24, and here you can see the VOR station. Okay, so a couple of shots close up on one of the passenger stands here. I don't know if I mentioned, I might have forgot to mention, there is a custom GSX profile available for this airport. And again, I'll put the link in the description below, and GSX works fine here. So a close-up look at the terminal. There you can see the front end of the aircraft, beautifully parked. I've spawned from the menu as usual, and we're right onto the centre line here. And you can see the reflection inside the terminal here. It's just after 10 o'clock in the morning, and I mean, I love the detail. It all looks really quite impressive. So just another view looking at the aircraft from the airside road, and I mean, look at the clutter, all the stuff that you need. You've got these tow bars here and various bits and pieces, the odd car as well down the road. And there we are looking in the other direction. Really nice. So an overview there of the airside departure lounge as seen from the stand where we're parked. And you can see we've got people and things going on inside. We'll take a look in a minute. I just wanted to show you shots around the stand where we're parked. And there's a shot looking through the glass inside the Jetway down to the aircraft. It's really nicely done, very, very nicely done. Okay, let's pop inside the terminal, airside. So here we are airside, a couple of views here for you. And there you've got interconnecting doors between the gates, which obviously are closed during loading, as it were. So we'll have a little tour down here. Won't go too mad because I want to, you know, there's a lot to see here, and I don't want to make the video too long. But it really does look good. The people models are excellent. Let's have a look at the screen, the departures board. And there we are, right up close, and it's clear as a bell. So a little further, and you can see we've got plenty of people and no frame rate issues at all. So here we are inside the connecting bridge, and there you can see we've got people standing on the travelators, which are fixed. They're not animated, unfortunately, but no, it all looks really nice. The modelling is stunning. It is really nice. It's very nice indeed. We'll just quickly whiz down to the end. Very nice. And here we are going down to the other part of the terminal. It's really nice. So there you can see the connecting bridge from the main terminal here where we started, that goes right across here. So crossing over, you can see this big building here, various static people standing around, and you've got what looks like a restaurant here. Really nice, possibly a viewing area. And once again you can see the connecting bridge there too. Let's go down this road. Got one or two people stood up in the air there, but it's, you know, you're going to occasionally get these anomalies. It's very nice. So now we're landside, and as you can see, landside's been developed inside as well. We'll have a look in a second. I just want to go the full length of this area. I mean, the modelling's wonderful. Here's the tram. It's very nice. There we go, the lights work. Let's see if yes, there we go, the tram goes as well. So you can see that the traffic lights for the tram work perfectly. It's very nice. So here's the station. Would have been nice to have a couple of people on the station platform, but there we go. Okay, so let's pop inside the terminal now. So you've got internal elevators there, which I don't believe they work, but anyway, they're there, they're modelled. And quite a nice landside interior here. There you've got more people. And here we are looking at check-in, and you've got check-in staff behind the check-in desk, which is great. So many sceneries have all the interior and people lining up, but nobody to check them in. All very nicely done. And here you've got Starbucks. Pity we've not got anybody seated or any staff behind the counter. So we pass along landside. You've got this rather ornate building here. It's very nice indeed. So from airside we'll pass back over landside again. Here you've got the catering area, Lux Air. There goes the tram. And this lovely building here as well. Just wondering how far the tram goes. Oh, there she goes. We'll just follow it for a little bit. And there's the other one coming back the other way. And there is the tram station at this end, so that's been nicely modelled. There we go. Excellent modelling there, loads of cargo trucks. And as we cross over to airside, here are the stands with the various cargo aircraft. And again, plenty of clutter, a couple of odd engineers around as well. It's wonderful, it really is. So while we're here, taxiway signage. Here you can see blue airfield edge lights. And we've got the taxiway signs, taxiway alpha here. And they're put straight into the ground. Here are the signs just prior to the threshold of runway 24. You've got the Cat 23 marker, the taxiway sign there to the left. And there's the runway in front of us. You've also got wigwags or runway guard lights here and here. Probably work during the darkness hours. We'll have a look at them. And again, you've got the runway signage. It's all really, really good. Another high level look at the cargo centre. I love the way this has been done. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, that's a brief look during the day. Let's turn it down to dusk now and see what the lighting looks like. I'm really hoping the animated train there has also got some light. Okay, it's 5 minutes past 5 in the evening local time, and the date of this video is the 3rd of December 2025, so we're in the winter time here in Europe. As you can see, there's still a bit of light left. The light comes up gradually, as all of it seems to do in Flight Sim 2024. And as you can see, there's a fair bit of lighting around here on the ground, even though we still have quite a bit of dusk light. So there, looking west, the sun has practically disappeared below the horizon, and you can see plenty of lighting, and you can see the slight bump in the runway here. We'll have a look at that later. And there we are, looking sort of northeast. There's the cargo apron in all its glory. So let's get down to the ramp to the main terminal and have a look at what we're faced with. Okay, so firstly a look from inside the flight deck. Here we are parked on stand Alpha 6. As you can see, it's actually 16:05 Zulu or 17:05 UK time. 16:05 Zulu, 17:05 here local time. They're an hour ahead of us. And this is the view you get when you park up on this stand looking towards the terminal. I think it's going to look great at night because you're going to see this all lit up a lot more. And there's a view through the captain's window. And looking across the first officer's window. So as before, a couple of shots around the ramp. As you can see, not much has changed. It's still quite light. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit more, but this is actually officially dusk. The sun's gone down below the horizon. So I have a slow tour across the airside ramp here, terminal area at dusk. I think it looks lovely. The lighting, there's plenty of lighting. As you can, it's suddenly come up there. Let's just do that again. So as you can see, the lighting suddenly comes up on the ramp. Not sure why that is. But, I mean, the ramp still looks really nice. And you can see inside the connecting bridge as well. As we cross to the other stands, there you've got more internal development. And lots of little drop lighting effects as well. Really, really nice. I mean, the lighting's great, it really is. Let's have a look at the tower. So there we are at dusk. Looking from this side, that looks a lot better. You can see inside the tower clearly through the open windows. There's nothing sort of covering it. You can see the slides on the inside there, and you've got the reflection of sunset. Let's have a look from the other side. So there it looks better. At dusk it looks a lot clearer than it did during the day. The only thing that's missing on the tower is the mandatory red light on top of the tower, which it should have. So we continue the tour. The lighting is really nice. Let's have a look at this hangar. This is one of the modelled hangars. There's quite a few of them here in the scenery. So there, looking inside, you can see interior is fully modelled. And there's a view looking out from the inside. So continuing southwest, as you can see, there's plenty of lighting. It's been really nicely done. There's a lot of it. Green centerline lights on the taxiway there, so you shouldn't have any issues. Certainly at this time of the day. And you've got houses there with parallaxing landside as well, and you've got the city in the distance there as well. The landmarks that are off airport I'll let you explore, because I don't want this to go on too long. So here's the train station landside. I just want to see the train arrive. And there it is, and we've got internal lighting in the train, which is excellent. So here's the lighting system. You can see this is the lighting system for the train. There's a thing there saying that it's okay for cyclists and pedestrians to actually cross the tracks. In a moment this will change. So it's changed, and now we've got the go signal for the train to go. And there she goes. And you can see we've got lighting externally and internally, and here the pedestrian sign has gone to red. So we've got this lovely ornate building here. I'm not sure if it's a hotel or offices. It may well be a hotel. But you've got parallaxing of a really good quality here as well, I have to say. And it looks it looks like a series of offices or something like that. But as you can see, as the tram passes by, you've got plenty of parallaxing on all of these buildings landside. Some really nice cars, all parked in their slots correctly. And as the second train approaches the terminal there, you can see looking across from landside. It's really nice. So we do a slow tour, just landside of the terminal here. I love the way that sign lights up. And landside looks really good too, and there you've got some more people down there. And now we can see some little bits and pieces going on inside this building. It may look a lot better at night time, but it looks pretty good. And we go across to AIRSIDE. The modelling is really excellent. It's a wonderful job here. But lots of really nice subtle lighting. There you can see lights on that blue building that give it a different effect. So we've got this other internal hangar here. And as you can see, some fantastic interior modelling here. And then next door we've also got this hangar that's also been modelled interior. All as per the features list, all really nicely done. And again, nothing's been left to chance here. This is landside of these two terminal hangars, these two hangars. And here you've got high-res parallaxing as well to show the inside of this building. The office is attached to the back of the hangar. And all of this, all neatly done in 3D. It's beautiful. Look at the shine and the reflection on the cars. These are top car models. Very nicely done. So here we are looking off airport. Okay, you've got these structures here, which is clearly default terrain that doesn't quite work. But as you can see, again, we've got 3D roads. You know, it's great. It's gone off airport to make sure everything is as it should be. Okay, so that was dusk. I've tilted the view here so we get a full view of the terminal, landside and airside, and also the cargo area. Let's drop it down to night time now. Okay, 10 PM local time. As you can see, lights have come up quite considerably. We're pretty much in the darkness now, and this is the view right across the main terminal ramp. And there we are looking southwest. Got runway 06 threshold in the distance there. Here you can see the centerline lighting. There are the two hangars. And there we are looking northeast, runway 24 threshold in the distance. It really does look pretty nice. So here's the view at night time from inside the flight deck. As you can see, not a lot of difference, but there's plenty of light round here. There's a view from the captain's side. And once again a view right across the starboard wing from inside the passenger area, just so you can see something a little bit different. And once again just a different view looking from within the passenger cabin out over the port wing. So as before, a couple of shots around the ramp for you. There's a view looking straight at the terminal. You can also see the lighting here in the end of the jetways. This is nice. And just a view across the open stand. You can see the passengers inside the terminal on the left there. And that beautiful 767 sitting there as well. All in all, it looks great. The ramp looks fantastic. So just a quick shot showing you the quality of these car models. Here's one. I mean, it's been done in its entirety. It's wonderful. And here you can see signage across the road, and here. It looks pretty good. The only thing that's missing is the number plate. But as you travel across to the cargo area, there you've got those offices there on the left. I mean, the lighting's fantastic. It's been beautifully done. It looks great, even in the total dark of night time. So cargo area here. Here landside's even properly lit as well. As we head out to the road, well, we got that flash of light comes on. And here we step off the airport slightly. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's just beautiful. And there's the highway bridge below us, and you've got the roundabout going into the airport there. Now, I'm not sure why it does that. Light suddenly comes up. But as you can see, the place looks great. They've done a wonderful job on this. There's the fuel farm down below us to the left. And we cross over to landside. You've got the terminal to the left. There's the train station, and we've got a train there. And there you've got a really nice violet sort of light there, landside of the terminal. We'll just wait for the train to come out. Here she comes. It's a very smooth animation, to be honest. And I'm really pleased that you've got some lighting. So, quick tour landside of the terminal. It looks good. You've got things that seem to suddenly appear, which is a bit disconcerting. But it's good. It's okay. And then we come to this building here. And you can definitely see a little bit more going on inside now that it's dark. Very nice indeed. Okay, so that was night time. As you can see, there's a hell of a lot of light around this airport, and we've also got that I don't really know why it is. It might be the drone camera thing there. You can see lights coming up and turning off again. I don't know if it's the modeling issue or if it's the drone camera issue. It's a bit disconcerting, but it probably won't be too bad if you're landing and taxiing up here. I mean, I'm using the drone camera fairly fast, so maybe that's affecting it. Anyhow, all being well, if I'm in the right position, let's turn it up to dawn now. Okay, it's 8:30 AM. As I said, we're in early December 2025, and here you can see the red glow on the buildings as the sun comes up in the east behind me. There we are, looking southwest towards the hangars in the distance, and you've got the GA area further down there. And there you've got the sun rising in the east, and you can see the tram again is going along its merry way below us here. Okay, 10 to 4 in the afternoon, local time, and time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. It's a really nice, complete scenery. There are only a few niggles that I can see. The control tower windows it looks as though there's a splash of green on one side of it during the day, but it's minor really. The internal part of the tower is really wonderful. It's been nicely modelled. You've got 3 controllers. The tower's really, really good. No complaints at all. There's shed loads of detail here. They've not left anything out, and it fits in really nicely with the surrounding terrain. Here you can see evidence of the default terrain that doesn't work too well, but even then, it fits in well. It's been modelled very nicely. Everything's been fully textured. There's nothing bland anywhere really. The tram animation is wonderful, beautiful, and it's nice to see the tram lights working as well. Internally, the internal modelling of the terminals is great, and it extends across the bridge into the other part of the terminal as well, and that's really good. Very extensive cargo area, and the whole place looks wonderful during the darkness hours. Really no complaints at all. There's the little anomaly of the lights suddenly coming up or going down in different areas as I move the drone camera during dusk and night time. But as I said, I don't know if that's a drone camera issue or whether it's a scenery problem. The only way really to tell is to do a flight in here, taxi in at that time of the day, and see what happens to the lighting as you taxi along, which is something I hope to do. I've got the weekend coming up. A friend of mine is coming over, and I hope to get the aircraft working so I can use it here in Flight Sim 2024, maybe start some flights. But at least if I get it working, I can do a taxi and see whether I can repeat this problem. But other than that, it's great. The airport is complete in every detail, fits in really well. The runway and navigation aids and everything on the runway are perfect. So it's great. And what about the price? I mean, to be honest, I think it's a steal. €14, just under $17. It's a huge place. For a single runway airport, it's pretty massive. And as I said, you've got absolutely shed loads of detail for you to look at and enjoy that makes it a complete airport. And the adding of people at various places, the animated tram, and you can see landside the cars going around the roads, even though they don't always look as real as possible. It just adds to the ambience of the place, and I think it's well worth it. Thoroughly recommended, and it's a really great price for this amount of work. I don't know if ATELIC is a one-man operation or whether there's a team. But I would think this is a hell of a lot of work for just one developer. But I think it's great. It's complete pretty much in every detail. Thoroughly recommended. It's a beautiful airport, and really shows off the skills and the things that can be done with Flight Simulator 2024. And since we've got the PMDG 737-800 from PMDG is imminent now. It's coming out very soon. You've seen a couple of videos. The NDA has been released. This could be a great place to fly in first time. Anyhow, there you are, folks. It's Luxembourg International Airport. Echo Lima Lima X-Ray. Payware Cine from ATELIC. And version 1.0.2 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2024, which is what this review is. The also available version for Flight Sim 2020 as well. Download comes in at 1.4 gig and it installs at just over 3 gigs, 3.1 gigs pretty much. It's available from both Orbix and Contrail shop. Contrail has the slightly best price, there's not an awful lot in it. Comes in at £12.39, which equates to €14.06 or $16.33 US. As ever, US and Euro prices, they're estimates taken from the UK pound, and I've included tax or VAT at 20%, which of course could vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. I think it's a lovely scenery that looks really good any time of the day or night. So my name's Lee, thanks for watching. This was the second of this week's reviews. I'm hoping to get the third review in this week, where we will look at Frankfurt Hahn Airport by M&M Simulations for Flight Simulator 2020, available from InnyBuilds. Hopefully I'm going to try and get that in before the weekend. So thanks for watching, thanks for supporting me and my channel. If you've been on the fence about this, I hope this has helped you. When you get a chance, check out my updated brand new website, VirtualAirlinePilot.org. Check out the upcoming reviews page for details on what's coming in terms of scenery, and for some of the latest news snippets in the flight simulator world. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next review. Bye bye for now.